Hi, everybody. Welcome to a very special episode of OGSoG, where we're bringing back the tier list. But not only that, we actually have a very special guest today. We're bringing back Chris Kirkpatrick.
Hey, it's Chris Kirkpatrick from NSYNC. Remember me?
We got Bose here.
Yay.
We got Mari and Bose in the same video, which never happens on our channel.
Finally.
We're very lucky to have Bose here. But before we get too far into the craziness, Bose, you were saying you have a new show? You have a new YouTube channel? You've got a new thing that you're doing?
I got a new little thing. I don't know if any of you guys...
5 channels with 1 million subscribers wasn't enough channels? You needed another one?
No, the main one has it. We're good on that. I fear every day losing 1 million, but that's okay. I have another channel where I'm doing non-true crime stuff, and we have a new show that comes out on Fridays at 4 o'clock. It's called Super Cyber Funhouse Friday, and it's basically just like a fun little show where you can turn your brain off, and we're always there every Friday. I'll send you the link, Joven. But yeah, I just wanted to hang out with you guys.
Yes, you send me the link, and I'll put it down in the below for everyone else to see.
Yeah, we will post it in the description.
In the below?
Go there.
Down
in the below. Yeah.
Do it!
And underneath that link is another link for the OGSoG Patreon. If you want to see us react to old Smosh Games videos or extended versions of our other videos, go check it out. We got Q&As on there.
There's a Q&A, yeah. Patreon exclusive.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
There's also a Q&A.
Dude, are you guys able to watch old videos? If I ever see an old Smosh video, I have, like, with me just screaming, I have to turn it off. Like, I can't do it.
There have been some videos that have been very hard for us to watch, but we force our way through it.
Basically, yeah, my favorite react we've done so far is me and Joven rap battling at VidCon.
Yeah.
That's
rough. Did not like that.
Yeah, that was one of the roughest things I've ever watched of myself.
Cringe era.
For sure.
Yeah. The cringe era.
Yeah.
And for today, we are bringing back a tier list. We're doing another tier list today, and it's because we've got, Last of Us was great. Something else is coming out. What's the thing that's coming out, Paco? Fallout. That's right. The Fallout trailer just landed.
And they announced that they're working on a BioShock movie.
BioShock is very cool. Over the last 10 years, we've definitely, we did it, but we've really stepped up the quality of video game adaptations from from movies and TV shows. So we're going to look at the live action ones over the last year. We're going to put them on a tier list. There were more than I thought that came out.
Over the last year. 10 years.
Last 10 years. But just live action. Or if there's a animated character in a live action movie. Because I feel like those are harder to pull off. Like Super Mario Brothers, that was a great movie, sure. But last 10 years of movies, some of them we haven't seen. And yet we are still experts on them. So
very, very much so, yeah.
Paco, producer Paco, who's on the mic here also. What's our first film?
Five Nights at Freddy's.
I didn't see it.
Didn't see it.
I also didn't see it.
Wait, is that
but
with
I
Nick
didn't
Cage?
hear good things.
No.
Nick Cage?
I think Nick Cage is in this.
No.
No, that was
He fights Freddy.
Wally's Wonderland, I think.
Oh. Wait, so Nick Cage isn't in this movie?
No,
Automatic
but Matt Pat
D tier.
is.
I don't care.
Actually, Bose,
tier.
we sent this on to you, like, without asking. Have you been watching video game movies over the last decade by any chance?
Dude, I don't have the attention span for any movie. I just don't. I'm a TikTok person, okay? It's completely rotted my brain. But I have seen a few of these, and I can rate them on whether I fell asleep or not.
That's good.
During the trailer.
Let me see.
Also, at the end of the day, you are my favorite judge. So any of your opinions are, final opinions in my book.
Let me just throw this out
Bose
there.
gets final say.
I have not seen the movie, but I just went on Rotten Tomatoes to look up how it did on Rotten Tomatoes. 32% on Rotten Tomatoes from the reviewers. 87% audience score though.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I remember it being well received that way. It is a Blumhouse movie, and they know horror.
Wait, it's a Blumhouse?
It's Blumhouse. Yeah.
Wow.
That's impressive.
The old Blumpkin house.
So are we dropping an F tier for Matt Pat?
No.
Dude,
Just because it doesn't have Nick Cage. I don't.
Oh, it doesn't have Nick Cage.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Matt Pat being in it
Josh
doesn't affect my score.
If I was trying to find like a truthful answer to this, because it's Blumhouse, I would put it at least in B. I like middle of the road.
B for
I
Blum.
think it's a B. I also think, and this is true with all of the shows that we're going to look at here, but it's an uphill battle of making the fandom happy, but also making it a commercially successful film, which I think is really difficult with Five Nights at Freddy's because, we play Five Nights. Like, you're like, it's, you guys have it?
I played it.
we played it.
The original. Yeah.
It's, how do you turn Five Nights, that game, into a movie? So I think they did all right.
You base it around the
It
security
says,
guard.
the critics' consensus even says, loaded with Easter eggs, Five Nights at Freddy's may be fun to watch for fans of the game, but most viewers of any other persuasion will find this adaptation muddled and decidedly unscary.
So I feel like that B is a good spot then to be.
I also want to point out that Matthew Patrick is listed as one of the cast members as Sparky's diner waiter. I didn't know he was in it.
You do realize that lunch is the most important meal of the day.
Thought it was breakfast.
Some people say that, but it's just a theory.
He does the thing.
No way.
He does the thing. Wow.
He does the
That
thing.
is really cool.
Yeah, that's...
I like
Do we
that.
bump
I like
it up
that
because
too.
he says the thing?
He says the thing.
There's no
He
way.
said the thing.
There is a 0% chance I'm okay with that being an A. There's no way.
I think it's a B.
Bose is the final judge.
How often do video game movies and adaptations actually do like a hand shake to the actual creators that make these big?
Oh, you'll find out from this list. I think often.
There is
Really?
there is no way that The Last of Us is going to only be one step above the Five Nights at Freddy's movie. I am not okay with that.
Someone's getting ahead of us.
I like that.
Bose, final judgment, A or B tier?
I think it's a B tier.
Okay.
I think
All
it's
right.
a B tier.
All right,
Judge
B
Bose
for Blumhouse.
speaks.
Oh yeah,
What do we got
if
next,
you-
Producer
Matt, too
Paco?
bad your gavel's in the museum. You could have hit the
Oh,
gavel.
I got a new one. Wait, does y'all's audience know that the Smosh and Order gavel is in a museum now?
Yeah, that's
No.
amazing.
It's
Like
the
Harrison
coolest
Ford said,
thing.
it belongs in a museum.
Wait,
It's a
I thought
true
that was
crime
Ezreal
museum.
from League of Legends that said that. Oh my
What?
god,
No,
I'm having
what?
a moment.
Oh my God,
Wait.
Indiana Jones, Bose.
I
Wow.
heard, but Ezreal, every time in League of Legends you fire off a Q, he says, you belong in a museum. So I thought it was from League of Legends.
I mean, it is referencing Indiana Jones for sure.
It's
Bose
in a museum!
Yeah, why? Explain to the audience why it's in a museum.
Oh, I got put in a true crime museum, which is hilarious. Because, dude, okay, did I tell you guys, I'm
Rightfully so.
the only YouTuber in there. Like, I thought there was gonna be
That's amazing.
a couple of true crime YouTubers. It's just like, no. So there's like a picture of me and my gavel, but my original gavel for all of my true crime videos on my main channel is the Smosh and Order gavel.
It's
I
amazing.
want to laugh with you because of how just ridiculous that is, right? But in absolutely the best way. That's fucking awesome. Congratulations.
But you've also transcended YouTube. You're beyond YouTube. You've been on like true crime TV and stuff. You're beyond it, dude.
I
You are the beyond meat of true
But
crime.
also, since you refuse to toot your own horn, we're gonna do it for you. You did pioneer, I think, digital coverage of true crime stuff. Obviously, it was a genre before, but you were one of the pioneers, if not the pioneer, of doing it online. So I think
we
that's
died
it.
of
Live
dysentery,
stream,
and
I
you
think.
pioneered through.
It's reflective of the award that you were nominated for this year at the Stream Awards.
All right, guys, jerk me off. What's the next movie?
All right, Producer Baca, what's the
It's
next one?
A league of your own. I mean, that is a category where it's we can't stick you in anything else because you're literally on your own path. That is the coolest.
Thank you, guys.
Heck yeah.
What a thumbnail pose. Producer Baca, what's next on our list?
It is Michael Fassbender in Assassin's Creed.
Mari?
We should add an F tier. We need to add an F tier.
Can we drop it
one
lower?
hurts.
Paco?
Yeah, can we drop? Can you just
Dude.
add an F tier? Is there a way to do that? I don't know.
It is, dude, their representation of the Animus was one of the dumbest things I've ever
stupid.
seen in
He's
my life.
doing the actions
Mari,
of it
did
in
we
the
see this
gyro.
movie together?
Yes. Yeah, I think all of us
We
are. Well,
absolutely
Lasercorn.
did.
I did not see
and
this.
I'm in love with Fassbender, and I love the Assassin's Creed IP, and the fact that they spent more time outside of the Animus and more time IRL like today versus historically in the past. I'm like, what is happening? You missed the entire point. The whole thing is the historical part that's cool.
They were cutting away from the cool fight actions, which some of the choreography was great, but the problem was they would intercut it back to him in the gyroscope. Animus. And I was like, stop showing me the shitty thing. Just show me the cool stuff.
And the whole point is nobody cares about today. It's all about the past that we care about.
Bose. Did you see this movie or did you fall asleep through it?
I didn't see it. I do like Assassin's Creed. I like the one where I ran around and there was a lot of sand and I was killing people and I liked pressing all the buttons together.
The Egypt
I like
one?
That's
all of them.
I like this movie.
So then, as the judge of all things, do you feel like
we don't like it. We don't like it. It's a D.
No, it's terrible.
We hate the movie.
Yeah, I was pretty much thinking the same thing. It didn't do the game justice. I had so much fun pressing all those little buttons, and it was a bummer that the movie sucked. So I agree with you guys. D.
All right.
And it might say D, but that's a pretend.
Yeah,
F.
there needs to be an F tier for that.
It might be one of the worst on
specifically.
this list. I can't see those small pictures, but it might be one of the worst.
Why do I want to watch it the moment you guys say it's the worst ever? Like I love it.
It's not even good.
Cutting back like comedically to him in the Animus, and it's like this weird like gyroscope thing, and it's like it's terrible.
I'll watch Doom again. I don't want to watch this again.
Doom?
Yeah.
The Doom movie?
Yeah, I'd watch that again. I
forgot there was a Doom movie.
Yeah.
Same.
Not in the last 10 years, so not on this list.
Okay.
All right,
All right,
next
producer
up.
Paco.
Detective Pikachu.
I liked Detective Pikachu.
Okay.
That's at least an A, I would say.
No one's played this game.
Right.
No one's played this game. So for us to be like, oh, this is based off of a game, it's based off of an IP.
True.
Sure. None of us played the game. I don't know if it was a Japan only. I don't know if anyone knows that or not.
Yeah, I don't know much about the game, but the movie was extremely entertaining.
Yeah, it was a good movie.
It was a little... It's definitely an A, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the way they designed all the Pokemon was really good.
Visually beautiful.
Yeah, visually a beautiful movie.
Yeah, Pikachu could have been really bad. Could have been real bad, but he was so cute.
Sonic 1.
Yeah, I was going to say Sonic.
There was a twist in there. I didn't see it coming. Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds doing a great job.
Is so good.
Yeah, I'm a Ryan Reynolds fan.
And it sold the world. It really sold the world. I was not taken out of it at any point. Did a good job.
Oh yeah, I just looked up Mr. Mime again. Mr. Mime looks good.
Oh, the Mr. Mime scene was so good. Oh.
Yeah, Lickitung tongue even looks good. Like,
didn't they have the realistic Pokemon guy like design them or something?
Exactly
That's right.
Yeah, I love that they hired a deviant art person to like design.
I like that they hired a deviant. Pokemon is so popular. This is the thing I've been thinking about recently. Pokemon, obviously, it's a phenomenon. There are so many more than the original. But why is it that no matter in what marketing or product place or like products that get created outside of the video game, we only see the first 151 Pokemon?
Because they're the most iconic, number one, and they got lazy, man. There's friggin' ice cream cone Pokemon. What the hell is that?
Yeah, they ran out of ideas, Joven. They really did.
Got ridiculous.
There's a chandelier that's a Pokemon. There's a Pokemon chandelier.
Dude, there's a Pokemon that's just two swords.
you know what? I feel like, okay, not to be corny, but they got a partnership with Cartoon Network like so early on in the 90s, and then it just like mass pushed everything out to the US. I've always wondered, like, okay, who is the marketer for Pokemon during its prime? But really, I think it was just that Cartoon Network deal, because it was on every single day when we were in the prime of watching TV.
Yeah.
And then I think when these other ones came out, like, sure, we were playing the games, but like, yeah, I fell off after 151.
Yeah, gotta catch them all. The greatest marketing line ever. Just like, you gotta catch them all.
And the
Keep
song,
going.
I wanna be the very... You got
best.
hyped for the song, yeah.
Also, like, gotta catch them all, like, they're sort of like... I mean, that was, like, part of the show, but the reason I agree with what you're saying about, like, the best tagline ever is it goes into all of their, like, ancillary things, like the cards.
Yeah.
You know, any, like, toys that, like, oh, you gotta collect everything, you know? It's like...
We're gonna make $1 billion.
That's why it's smart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Judge Bose, are we good with A?
I like A. I'll just say A. I was gonna almost lean towards
power.
S. I was gonna almost lean toward S just because there's gonna be some things on this list that I don't know where we're going. But no, I don't know if I want to put it up there with The Last of Us.
We can.
What we do at the end, we can go through and be like, any last minute changes.
Can I just point out, was Detective Pikachu the first good adaptation in the past 10 years? Did it change the course?
Let's finish going through, but you might be right.
I think it changed the course. I think people were really blown away by it, and I think from then they're like, "Oh, this is the new bar."
I think that the other thing though is it was more digestible because people watching it don't even know it's a game, like that don't know, you know?
Yeah.
They don't know it's a game. They don't know they're watching a video game movie. They're just like, I'm just going to watch this movie based on my kid's favorite cartoon or whatever.
And again, they had this advantage in the way that it's not taking a direct story like Assassin's Creed, where it's like we have to retell the story that people are already in love with. All they had to do was like make something in the world of, and so it's easier to do a movie like that.
That's true.
Yeah, Five Nights needed a lot of nods.
Yeah.
Like, Pikachu just had to be cute, and they had to make Lickitung not look that terrifying. And they, like, I think they did a pretty decent job.
Check and check.
I thought Bose was gonna say they had to make Lickitung look less sexy. I thought that's where she was going. And she went a different direction.
Next up, Joven made me put this on the list. Gran Turismo.
Yeah.
Did not see it.
Didn't see it.
I watched it on the airplane.
Yeah, Mari, I think you might have the most experience with this one.
Because I watched it over and over for Orlando Bloom. You know me so well. I'm like, what is this about?
Yeah, what is your honest opinion of this movie?
You know, I think it was a very good marketing movie. It was almost like an hour-and-a-half long commercial for Gran Turismo. I like that it was a real-life story that I'd never heard of. Did you guys know that there was
Based on a true story.
Gran Turismo kid who was so good on the track that he actually became a real-life like race car driver? I didn't know that story.
I didn't know that either.
It was like Justin Wong becoming a real-life UFC fighter. So,
well, that like makes sense because I'm pretty sure in Gran Turismo, the tracks in the game are like laser, like they like drive a car on the actual tracks with a laser
simulator
to scan the actual track. So it's like 1-to-1. The track in the game is like
it's a true sim. It's a true sim, and it's like I think it's to the point where like race car drivers can use it as a visualization tool. So it's a story that I'd never known about, but did it get me so hyped that you know, it's had a lasting impression?
Is it a good video game adaptation? Which I think might lose a point here.
It's not an adaptation of a video game. No, it's telling a true story that has to do with the video game.
D-tier.
Yeah, but does the game even have a story to tell?
No bonus points for Orlando?
Oh.
I mean, that's a different tier.
Like, does Gran Turismo have a story? Usually?
Wait, is this not the movie with Clint Eastwood and there's a gang on his street?
Get off my lawn.
That's Gran Torino.
You've lost the entire audience.
Oh, wait a second. I was way off. It is a good film, but maybe it's not a great video game adaptation. People should see it. I don't know if I'd want to give it a D. Maybe a C? I don't know, Bose. How would you judge this in the sense that it's not a video game adaptation, but it involves a video game?
I think it's a D, right?
Yeah, dumpster it.
Mari, was it good though?
It was a good airplane movie. Like I wouldn't watch it again.
I want to fight for C. I want to fight
then
for
I think
it.
maybe a C. Like,
wait, have you even seen it?
You know what?
Joven?
Irrelevant. Keep going.
Joven hasn't seen it?
I haven't.
Joven's never seen it. He wants to put it in C tier. I disagree. If Mari's
But
gonna
I
put it
know
in
that
the
it's
D,
good.
if
I
Mari's
know
got
that
it in
it's
the
good.
dumpster, if Mari's got it in the
Are
dumpster,
you saying this is with Assassin's Creed?
No, it is absolutely not with Assassin's Creed.
Okay.
It had a very
Okay.
good cohesive story. And I think if you were even remotely interested in Gran Turismo before, it would make you want to go out and buy like a sim racing rig. So
Yeah, for
it did its job.
$5,000.
I think your rating of it's a good airplane movie actually is a good honor, because whenever you finish a good airplane movie, you feel good. You feel like, oh, I've just passed 2 hours. I'm ready to go to the next. Like, it's just a good vibe, you know?
Yeah, I agree with that.
C.
Well, we did agree though that Assassin's Creed should be in an F tier, so that would almost put
it would be a different tier.
D is F now.
Last of Us.
D tier.
Wow.
just the immediate drop.
We know right where that's going. Yeah.
It's definitely the only one on the list that made me cry tears of.
Even
like,
the TV show?
The tier.
Yeah.
Cry in Pikachu?
I cried laughing at Mr. Mime scene.
The,
Oh no, the ending.
The Bill and Frank story made me cry for sure in that they did in the show, and I thought like all of the things. Well, I shouldn't say all the things. Most of the things that they changed from the game to the show made perfect sense, and they were like nice changes. I thought that just going into it, I knew it was going to be good because it's like basically the only video game adaptation that has used the original video game writer.
Yeah.
And
like
game director.
That's the bar. Do that.
Yeah. So I just as people know, this is my favorite game of all time. And
dude, it has been for a long time. You've been spitting about The Last of Us for years, Kiki.
Yeah. It's phenomenal.
I remember having a hot take during this while the show was airing because I think that Bill and Frank episode was episode 3.
Correct.
I didn't like that. I felt like we had just hit a stride in learning who these characters were, getting into the action, and then once it gets interesting, they're going out into the world. That's when it kind of like stopped to tell us these other two characters for a one-off.
Joven said no side quests.
Yeah, I would have preferred episode 4 or 5. I think 4 would have been the sweet spot for it. I was like, I had to watch that episode again. I was like, it's a great episode. It's a great story, and I want to see more of the world. I just didn't want it at that moment.
I understand why they did it in a way because, first of all, like timeline-wise, if you're just following the timeline of the game, that is like pretty much when you run into Bill around that time. So it makes sense from that standpoint. And then also, the other portion is there is kind of a section of the game that's not super interesting where it's like tutorializes some stuff, and there's like, you know, this part where you're just running along with I feel like some of the stuff that they kind of glossed over by focusing on Bill and Frank kind of made sense.
The high school fight, I think I would have.
Oh, the high school fight would have been cool. Yeah, I actually was hoping they were gonna do the high school fight. So yeah, that was a little sad that they didn't do that, but it almost made sense because they didn't do a mission with Bill or whatever. But yeah,
dude, can I just say, before I watched this, my boyfriend watched it. He jumped on it so fast, and I had to catch up later. But at one point, just so you guys know, I hate fungus. I have like a fungus phobia.
I remember you not liking holes.
I have trypophobia. I don't like holes. I don't like fungus. Hate it. And I fell asleep when my boyfriend was watching it. I fell asleep on this one, but this was before I watched it myself. S-tier? No, when I watched it by myself, I stayed awake. But I actually fell asleep, and I happened to wake up on the one scene. It was like, I think in like episode 3 with the tendrils and the I woke up during that, and I was so upset. That was my first impression of the show. I'm shocked that I even went back in to watch it. It was totally worth it. The Universal house they did of this was also very, very good. But yeah, I hated that.
I feel like it was your natural instinct being like, Bose, wake up! Something terrible happening.
Oh my God, you're right. Dude, it's the fucking PTSD. It's like, there's a threat. That's what happened. But
well, Bose, would you say that your internal fears about the show bring it down to an A, or where would you drop this one?
No, it's too good. The characters were so beautifully developed, and I mean, it was that way in the original game too. And the fact that they brought it together in this one is just like, it's an S. It's a solid S. I don't think anybody would ever dispute that.
Is it an S, Bose? Because it sounds like you were sleeping through most of it.
Solid
the first time.
S.
All right.
Solid
what do we got next, producer Paco?
The new Mortal Kombat.
Hot take, it's an S. I fucking love this. I just watched it again. Hot take.
Oh, no.
I was so worried that you guys were going to say that you didn't like it, because I'll tell you right now, I'm a Mortal Kombat movie slut, okay? Like, I don't care about the storyline. Like, you bring Liu Kang out, you bring out Sonya. I get so excited because these are just like the characters I grew up with. And they didn't have personality in the game. We were just beating the shit out of each other, you know?
Yeah.
I like the movie. I think Lasercorn's gonna have some other thoughts.
Yeah,
here.
hot take. C tier. Wait, are we talking about the movie?
Whoa.
Wait,
Yes.
I thought it
the
was
most
like a
recent
show. No.
No, there's a
What did you
more
watch?
recent movie.
Yeah.
But that was with like, wait, it was a movie, right? It was with like the new guy, and then
Yeah,
Johnny
oh, okay.
Johnny Cage
kinda
isn't
guy.
even in it.
Yeah, they did add what's his name, and it was a brand new character, and he had plot armor as his special ability.
Yeah.
Louis Tan,
What?
is that his name?
I mean,
that's the
just
actor's
what you're
name?
saying
I didn't
alone.
I
like
think
him.
so.
Huh?
What you're saying alone, he has plot armor as a special ability.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
He
has to bring it
kills
down
Goro
to like a
because
B.
of
Yeah.
Okay.
Because of plot armor.
Wait.
Yeah, I did
It
not
seems
like. I
silly.
did not like this.
Too
I don't
meta.
know why they brought in a new
interpretation.
character.
They brought in a new character. There was no Johnny Cage. Like,
Well,
They
but
brought in
now
a new
he's going to be played by Carl
character.
Urban.
I love-
Carl Urban, Johnny Cage.
I love the original movie because, you know, Johnny Cage punches Goro in the balls.
Let's dance.
Oh.
I wanted that to happen in this, and it didn't. And
What
I'm
if
very
that's the
upset.
one thing that they brought back? How outlandish and weird would it
It's
be
like
if that's
D-tier
the
for
one
Goro dick.
thing
Yeah.
that they brought back in this movie? And they're like, hey, you
Yeah.
guys remember that essential part?
Yeah. I say D tier for didn't punch Goro in the balls. It's dropping it down to D.
Whoa, D
Wait,
tier?
Laser Corn, are you
What?
kidding me? Are you saying you never wanted to get dominated by Sub-Zero and Reptile?
First of all, Bose,
We're
that's pronounced.
dominated as Sub-Zero.
Let me just correct you. It's
I am
pronounced
Sub-
Sub-Zero.
I am
It's pronounced
Sub-Zero.
Sub-Zero.
I can see
yeah.
the
actually
blue.
right about that, which is
I
pretty
got,
funny.
yeah.
Zub.
Sub-Zero.
I gotta
Blue
bump
Balls
it up
himself.
a little bit.
Yeah, bump it up a lot.
I gotta bump it up for Hiroyuki Sanada being a Scorpion and
Did
getting
so
a
great.
little bit. Oh my god, a little
that
bit of
hook in the beginning
backstory.
was emotional.
Don't you mean Toranaga?
Oh my god, what?
Are you not watching Shogun? Sorry.
Oh,
he's
yeah,
he's just an
yeah.
amazing actor in everything
Yoshi
he does.
Toranaga. Oh my
Yeah.
god, yeah.
I like the representation of the other characters. I remember Warpzone and me getting in an argument because they're like, the birthmark where that's what gives them superpowers is stupid. I was like, yeah, but like, how else do you do it? How do you make a realistic Mortal Kombat movie and just all of a sudden people can like do these shadow kicks and fireballs? Like, you have to have some kind of.
Yeah.
I liked that additive element because it made
Well, their
sense
power
to me.
can be bestowed
I
on
thought
them
that
by
was
the
real
lightning
dumb.
god.
Yeah, I just remembered the birthmark part of it. Yeah, that was dumb. And doesn't like Sonya get a birthmark because someone's Jax dies or
Yeah,
something?
if you kill someone, you get the birthmark then. Like, you get the mark.
Yeah, that's so dumb. Hate it.
Well,
Yeah.
how would you introduce that then?
Yeah,
how would
they're
you do it?
humans.
Huh?
I mean,
It's
they
just
can
like-
have their power bestowed on them by Raiden, who is a literal god.
Yeah. Plus, we do superhumans all the time in movies, and we never question it. It's they
God, Raiden is so
they
hot
show
too.
up. They show up in everything. Yeah.
And Kano was fantastic in this movie.
So hot.
Stop it.
It's definitely not S
Send her to
tier.
horny jail.
New character with plot armor definitely drops it down.
Being slutty from Mortal Kombat. That's my favorite Bose right now.
All right, everyone throw in.
I got a
Everyone-
question.
Go ahead.
Lasercorn, did you like the 1995 Mortal Kombat?
The original?
Yeah.
Yeah, hell fucking yeah,
Yeah,
I love
love
that
it.
shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because it's a little it's a little corny now. Well, it might look, but no, I
No,
still
it's
think it's
still
great.
good. It
So I was
holds up.
just
I
wondering.
watched it
They
recently,
added
yeah.
Natara and Rico to it also, some MK4 love. Everyone give a rating, and then Bose will give final rating. I say A tier.
I say A tier. I think it's up there with Pikachu.
I have no idea.
Did you not watch
You
it?
not seen
I
it?
did not see it. I abstained.
Get on HBO Max
We
and
gotta
watch now.
it.
D tier.
All right, Bose.
That is such a hot take.
Nah,
Final
let's
key.
A. It's A, and
All
know
right.
I
Well,
would
that's-
come up to S, but
Well, then-
I think we should.
S for
I
sexy.
think you gotta average it down to a B then, like right.
No,
a,
dude.
maybe
No,
a,
there's no averaging. Bose calls it.
I'll bring it up. I'll give it C tier.
And we got AAA because actually it's an S for me. But yeah, we got an S, AA. I think let's throw it an A.
All right.
Yeah.
A it is. The judge has spoken.
Also,
next
can
time.
I-
Spoken. I like that.
Can
We're-
I
we're
ask you
here in-
guys
Oh,
briefly
yeah.
because I don't see it on the list. I just wanted to know: did you guys see Arcane?
It's not on the list because it's an animated series, and it is phenomenal. I'll give you like S tier
I
for
was-
that one. The new Mario Brothers movie, S tier. 100.
Cyberpunk
Oh,
Edge
okay.
Runners S tier.
Edge Runners, the
Smart,
Castlevania
okay.
anime would have maybe been A tier.
So Monster Hunter.
Didn't
see it.
F
So
tier.
I'm assuming it was terrible.
F tier. It's
see it.
what's funny is it's the same director who did the Resident Evil movies, and
heard
he
it was
just
awful.
doesn't get the subject matter. Like it's not Monster Hunter. It's like these special force members go through
military.
a time portal thing, and then they wind up in Monster Hunter Land. I'm like, no.
Yeah, I was
Sounds
on
awful.
set for this thing. I went
Really?
to South Africa to like look at the set
Are you
and stuff
are
like
you
that.
gonna have to pay like brand deal money back if you shit on it?
Honestly, I remember being in the room with that that guy.
Anderson, W.S. Anderson or something?
I forget, but it's Mila Jovovic's husband, I think. And I remember I was like,
Paul
so
W.S. Anderson.
that's his name?
Paul W.S. Anderson.
Okay. Yeah, I remember being like, so why the military people? And he was explaining how, like, for regular people, they're not going to be able to like understand this world, and so we need something to tie it in, kind of like what Mortal Kombat did. Like, we need like a layman that you can relate to that goes into it.
But it's
And I was
also like the worst
funny
part of that
and,
movie.
Like think about it. Like from this, like people are so dumb when they say like, "Oh, a regular person isn't going to do." The video game industry is the most profitable entertainment industry. That's who you have to cater to, not quote the regular person.
And I'm sorry, Lord of the Rings. I'm not a hobbit. I don't know what this adventure is. How am I going to relate? No, you just
I don't
give
know.
us
Have
what
you
the
seen your
thing
feet?
is that we love.
Yeah.
I'd say F tier.
Yeah.
Okay.
Those?
Not enough palicos either.
I F tier.
F tier.
But guys, if you'll excuse me, I've got to catch a flight.
Bose is on her way to Vegas.
Bose
Bye,
out.
Thank you for taking the time to come by. I know you're very busy, and definitely check out Bose's new show, everybody. Link in the description.
Yes.
Yeah.
Watch the new show. Thanks for having me, guys. You
Send
guys,
us that link.
Yes, and also, can I just come on more? You know, I like shooting the shit with you. I really do.
Yeah.
We'll have to get
Yes.
some gaming in next
Anytime.
time.
Yeah, get your setup gaming friendly, and let's play some video games.
I know, I suck. All right.
We love
Thanks,
you,
guys.
bye.
Upload the footage.
Bye-bye.
All right, everyone. That's our tier list of video game adaptations to TVs and movies over the last 10 years. Thank you to Bose. Go check out our channel. Until the next time, guys. We'll see you later. Praise him.
Hey guys, whether or not you agreed with that tier list, that doesn't matter to me. What does matter to me is that, hey, you could be watching an extended version of this tier list along with other videos that we put up on our channel, and there's a lot more fun stuff over on our Patreon, patreon.com/OGSoG. You can catch Q&As, we do shout-outs, all kinds of fun stuff. Check it out. We really need that money to survive, so, you know, if you're watching this and you're hoping this channel doesn't disappear, you can do something about that. Just give us like $3 or however much it is. Okay, bye.